each other.
What's good? What's happening, good people? Welcome to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Two, alongside Tucson. My name is Herb Howard. This is where we get together specifically to talk about relationships. We feel like relationships are foundational to everything else we want to do in our community: education, economics, agriculture, anything else that we might want to get done in our community. We got to build them on solid foundations of good, healthy relationships. I don't think we have enough of those in our community right now. So on Fridays, we set aside time to talk specifically about relationships, be it parental, romantic, business, neighbors, all sorts of relationships. That is what we do on Friday. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. As always, your input is valued. It is appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. We would kindly request that you be sure to, one, like the video. A lot of y'all be watching the video and the likes don't be adding up to the views, right? Like the video, it helps us out a lot, so please like the video, but also share it on your profile, share it on your personal page, share it within your personal network, share it with anybody that you think would add value to or find value in this particular conversation. Again, this is Herb and Two. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. His name is Two. Two.
What's up, famo?
What's happening, good brother?
What's the business, Charlie? Hey, I didn't get a chance to say this the other day, so I want to say it today, man. One, happy birthday to my beautiful daughter. She turned
Big Bang Bella!
And I know she be watching, waiting for me to mention her name. So
Big Bang. Happy B-Day, shorty. Let me hold something.
Happy birthday, Big Bang.
On another note, too, I forgot to tell you this. Also,
Hey, you think I can tax Bella my regular 20% even off the money I give her?
Nah, she's a miser. She ain't
I hit up with her birthday money. You think I can give my 20% right back?
She ain't fucking with you.
I try to get
that.
bank off 20% of everything she got.
She never my mama. But listen, under another note, rest in peace to my neighbor Joyce. And I only say that because you remember the lady at the bank I said was my neighbor?
Yeah.
She suddenly died the other day, just randomly. I know that fucks up the mood, but you know, hey, get it out of my system. I'm not laughing at that.
Rest in peace, Joyce.
Rest in peace.
I'm not laughing at her. You said it.
Right.
Rest in peace to Joyce, man.
Rest in peace, Joyce.
Terrible. Fuck.
Can't walk around angry all the time.
Jesus.
Cannot walk around angry.
Anyway, today was a good day. We started our workout routine this morning, man.
We did, man. We put us
Salute.
about a 5.5 mile walk in. It was smooth, man. We had a good time. We chopped it up with an elder, you know.
Well, I
on the
walked
way.
us.
No, he was moving.
He was moving.
He 81 years old with a stick. Floating on our good
Was it an
breath.
African looking
Nah.
stick?
Okay.
Okay.
Nah, he had a regular.
Look at stick.
He had a regular 2x4 just.
Right. Regular wood. It was not important. It was down the street.
It wasn't curved. It wasn't crafted. That shit was mad rego.
Because it's an old man that be on the it's an elderly person that be on the track on 39.
Yeah.
And he always has this
I know who you talking about, in fact.
Yeah, it's like
but
a
he is just
circle.
like,
Yeah.
That's keep niggas up off of him.
Yeah, but anyway.
back up off me. Back up off me.
That's
Back
before
up
you
off
get to
me.
the gun. He need a little bit of time to get to his pistol. They're gonna use his stick first.
Period.
That's all it is.
Per usual on Relationship Fridays, we try to bring multiple perspectives into the conversation, not just the perspective of Two and I, although ours are generally right on point. Y'all know E4O. She is the manager / producer of this Herb and Two podcast, and she has some interesting takes. E, what it do?
What's up? I'm
How you
good.
feeling? You straight?
I was feeling really good today until
We got here?
yeah.
Damn. Damn.
I know I was making a man early. I don't give a fuck.
Pretty much.
I know.
Feeling really good today. But just like you niggas do.
Ah, it's love, man.
Bring us down.
Jesus.
You look good and radiant. Your skin is glowing.
Thanks.
You know what I mean?
Black girl hairdo t-shirt on and shit.
All right.
I love that t-shirt. That's my favorite t-shirt of yours. Well, it's my
Thanks.
second favorite t-shirt now. Because I saw you on
You gotta
Saturday night.
introduce the guys.
I was talking about you first. Of course I'm going to introduce her. Yeah, but I do love that t-shirt. I told the people on the Monday show that we got to kick it over the weekend. I put up on you at Soho and we was vibing out on some
Right.
impromptu kick the shit. That was fun.
That was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Jamel
What's the
actually,
t-shirt? 'Cause he called me like, you see E t-shirt?
it was not a weird it was a titty t-shirt. Remember I said I was gonna wear a t-shirt to make y'all uncomfortable?
Oh, okay.
And then both of y'all said y'all would not be uncomfortable.
You
Right.
made him uncomfortable.
Her
I was
proof.
very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Because she had an amazing rack on her t-shirt with pierced nipples. I'm looking at E like this all night. But then I feel weird because I feel like I'm looking at her titties. I'm I feel like I'm staring at E titties, but I'm not, but I am, but I'm not.
And then he actually had to say it in the middle of our
Yeah, I'm like,
conversation.
hold on, now. I'm weirded out right now. Like, a dope
Got a
shirt.
t-shirt.
So it worked.
It's a dope shirt. I'm gonna get it for myself.
TDT.
Stare at myself all day. Join us in the studio back for your second time. Second time you here? Third time you
Second
been?
time.
Second time you've been here. Miss Hyde Park. Keisha's in the building. Keisha, I didn't know you moved into it recently.
Yes.
First of all, who sanctioned you to get up out of here?
I had to get out of the Chirac.
Yeah, don't do that.
I love my city though.
Don't do that.
But you know, we keep losing a lot of good people here, so it's just kind of, it's a downer at this point.
I can dig it. That being said, how the hell are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been in Houston for almost a year now. It'll be a year in June.
How you like it?
I love it. I love it.
Them $120s don't bother you?
What's the $120s?
The temperature.
No. So it's only.
Because you went in June, you had to go through July, August.
It was crazy when I went down there. It was literally $120 for real.
I wasn't
every
bullshit.
day. That shit was crazy. I stayed in the house every day. I didn't even think
You
I
can't go
could
outside
stand
after the sun go down.
You couldn't go. And when it go down, it's 90 degrees. But no, like winter time down there, it's like 60 degrees,
Lovely.
70 degrees.
Lovely.
Aside from the weather, what do you love about it?
So it's very. We support each other a lot down there. It's not, and it's a lot of
You know
black.
what I'm saying?
We quick.
We. Like
A Houstonian, quick as hell. Us Texans.
Okay, well, you know, I've been back in, my mom's been in Houston for like 28 years.
Okay.
So that was my second city. You all met my mother. Whew,
Facts.
last show.
You love your mama.
So I've been back and
dope.
forth anyway for like a long time. So, but like down there, like they really, really support black-owned businesses. People speak when you open the door. All people,
It's something.
neighbors,
That's true.
you know what I mean? It's just, it's a good vibe. You can go somewhere and have a drink. You don't have to worry about getting shot, robbed. They have an excellent school system down there for the kids. So it's just a lot of positive things. Growing up here in the city, it's different.
You in Houston, or like one of them surrounding areas like Katy or something
I'm in
like that?
Houston. Like I'm
Houston,
in the city. Yes.
Okay.
So
I want to tell a Houston story so bad, but I just wouldn't do that.
you probably don't need to do
I
that.
got a few Houston stories, but shout out to H-Town, man. We rock with it. Salute,
Yeah,
salute,
shout
salute.
out.
Nah, we glad you got the chance to follow through the studio while you was at the crib. We appreciate you for sure, for sure.
Yes.
We're gonna get into your business on the Patreon episode.
Okay.
But for this Relationship Friday episode, did y'all see the video that came out of the New York subway incident that happened? Man, I don't even know if he's passed yet. I think last I knew he was in critical condition, critical but stable. He got shot in the head. We watched the video in detail, and then all the subsequent news stories and people iPhone reports and all that stuff. We watched it all in the studio a couple days ago. But the Cliff Notes version is black dude got into it with a Latino dude about something. Video stars, black dude is going off. I'll beat you up. And anytime a nigga says,
know the story.
I will beat you up,
He'll beat you up.
he will beat you up, G. He wasn't wild. He wasn't like, beat the fuck out you, nigga, I'm on what? He was very matter of fact, I will beat you up in here. Like, he'll beat dude up. So Buddy understood what I understood. He was just chilling. Latino Buddy in on the train with his girl, so he ain't really responding. But black homie is berating him for like 2 minutes. So we watching the video. I actually had to pause. I say, hey, y'all, this is tough to take. Shorty is taking a lot of this because the black dude he's big. He's not like you like to choose a nigga you want to fight. You wouldn't necessarily choose him. If you gotta fight him, you gotta fight him. But you
Right.
like, I want to fight that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So little Latino Buddy know this too. So he, being as humble as he could be, he taking all this. Because Buddy walking back and forth from the train, he going to the door, and he coming to his seat, leaning over, beat you up in front of his chick and the whole train, right?
Wow.
So Buddy take this for as long as he can take it. And then he makes a terrible decision. He got up. His pride, his ego got involved, and he stood up. Like, all right, you're going to keep talking crazy to me. I probably would have let the man talk crazy until I got to my stop, personally. But little Buddy got up. Dude beat him up.
Really?
He proceeds to mop. He got him on the seat of the train, mopping his ass up though. While he's mopping Buddy up, Latino girlfriend, she come, poke Buddy in the back, poke the black dude in the back, stab him. Real quick jab, dip. All right? He do that, she do that. It take Buddy a second to realize it, but he like, you stabbed me? You stabbed me? And she go back in the corner like, nah. So he let Buddy up now. Latino buddy go back over there in the corner with his girlfriend, and buddy started to really assess his wound. Like, you stabbed me? He like, all right, cool. When the train stopped, I'm knocking you the fuck out. He talking to the woman now though. He like, when this train stopped, you stabbed me, I'm knocking you the fuck out. But I guess his pride and the pain started to set in. And as it set in, he got more and more angry. Okay. And so he go to his jacket, which he had took off to beat dude up. He go to his jacket, up strap, cock it, everybody on the train start running in the opposite direction. Now, you know how in the city, you can transfer car to car. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can do that on the New York subway.
Okay.
Like you in the car you own.
Okay.
I think. Because these people couldn't seem to transfer cars. So they all ducked down in the demo. While this is happening, buddy cock his strap, he walking towards the dude and the woman, like, you stabbed me, you stabbed me. Now everybody runs. Now the people recording this, they no longer are showing them in their view, so you can't see them no more.
Okay.
But you hear these shots go off. Bow, 4 shots go off. Bow, 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 bow. And the reports come out that black buddy got the pistol taken from him, and ultimately he got shot in the head, and he's the one that's in critical and stable condition at the hospital.
Wow.
Latino buddy then snatched the pistol somehow, shot him in the head. OC.
That's self-defense, right?
The police people came out immediately and was like, the guy who was shot brandished his weapon and approached them in a threatening, menacing way. He had no choice. It was self-defense. There are no charges. Everybody smooth. Even though Shorty poked him in the back, whatever, right? I just want to know what y'all think about that before I say who went wrong and where this got derailed, pun intended, on the train. But this shit was like, oh, see, this is broad daylight on a train.
Honestly, when I first heard the story, the first thing I wanted to know was races, right? But before I knew even like what the races were,
right,
I was like, oh, because the version that I heard was that the dude approached the guy or whatever like that, and they got into a fight or something, and he pulled out his gun. The victim pulled out his gun.
They skipped the critical part.
Right. Well, first I heard, he pulled out the gun, and then the dude shot him. I'm like, okay, well, he shot him. He was able to get the victim's gun and shot him. So I was like, well, okay, he got him or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I heard that the girlfriend took a knife out or something and stabbed him or something like that. And I just stepped away for a second, so I don't know if you said that.
Yeah.
And but I don't know. The story that you just told, you said, okay, he berated him for 2 minutes or however long, and it was hard to watch.
A strong 2 minutes. It's hard to. It's like.
And I didn't hear the other details.
At this point in my life, I pride myself on being able to ignore niggas. You know what I'm saying? It was a point in my life where you couldn't say shit I didn't like without me responding over the top.
So she stabbed him,
now,
and then he pulled the gun out.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's not.
But now though, for me, and I want to ask you this, and I definitely want to get your opinion on this. Mm-hmm. But I want to ask you this on this pride and ego piece. Now, today, as a 37-year-old man, I'd like to think, and I've even had opportunities where this has come up, and I've handled myself in the way that I would like to. Like, all right, you right, I'm a bitch ass nigga. Sure, I don't have nothing to prove to you. I ain't never been a bitch ass nigga. I don't have to prove that to you though. But previously, I always felt the need, not even the need to prove it. I just didn't like what you said. Now we got to go in about it, right? Mm-hmm. I would like to think that in that situation, I could sit there with my lady, especially because my lady is there, right? If it's just me, I'm less likely to take this. But because my lady is there and her safety is involved too, you got it, dog. I'm a bitch ass nigga. You would beat me up. Yep. Go ahead on. But this was so aggressive, dog.
Wow.
Buddy ass heat. I beat you up. Woo! Like, hey fam, you bugging. Like, that's tough to take for 2 minutes.
You ask me how I'm gonna respond?
I want you to think about it.
I ain't gonna think about it.
And I want to, yes, how would you respond?
I'm a Leo. I'm going down in the blaze of glory. You're not gonna disrespect me like that, bro. You ain't gonna disrespect her like that. Now, it's ego, it is. Mm-hmm. But we gonna die here today. I ain't saying it's right. I wouldn't want my son to move like that. But it's who I am.
Being real with yourself, right?
Yeah. It's who you're not gonna do that to me. You know what I mean? I've been in those situations already. You ain't gonna do that to me.
That's tough to take.
We'll die here today, and I'm okay with that.
I remember being, this was probably, I don't know, it was some years ago. But I was in this little lounge I used to go to when I lived in Champaign. and I used to go there all the time. Whatever. I was in this little lounge, but I was with my wife at the time. And some dude called himself trying to holler, you know how I am about relationships in general. That don't bother me. Shoot your shot. She gonna say whatever she say to you or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So she, I'm cool out the bam. He persistent. She, I'm cool out the bam. She sit next to me and tell me about it. So buddy like follow her over there. I'm like, hey, what the fuck is you on? I'm like, cool out. She told you, go on about your business, you'll be cool. Buddy like, what? This your nigga? This nigga put some bass in your voice. I'm like, nigga, I don't have a lot of things, but I do have bass in my voice. Like I talk how I talk. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to say.
You do have that. Stop it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't have a lot of things.
You can say a lot of shit about me, but I don't have bass in my voice. It's not one of the things that's like, what the fuck you talking about? I'm like, hey man, fuck on, right? So now he in there, him and this guy, they charge, they amp. Point is, I don't respond to none of this shit. I just told her like, come on, we finna go, right? Just me alone, I'd have been like, fuck all you niggas, we can fucking go. But I got more than my safety to worry about now. And so, because she's with me, I just respond differently to that shit. I changed a whole lot after I got fucking married.
So is the woman, is she wrong for...
I'm going to want to ask nuance before we keep going.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of conversations wrapped into one conversation.
I know. Before we get into nuance, I want to get Keisha's general opinion.
Okay.
What do you think about the story at service level?
I think they were right for defending themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We're older now, so we think before we react. So I don't know the age.
Right.
I haven't heard the story or seen the story at all.
Right.
So at this point, I do want to check it out and read into it. But that's a lot for somebody to ridicule you like that in front of your significant other. As a parent, I just say as a parent, if somebody do that in front of my kids, of course you're gonna try to keep your cool because you don't want, your kid's gonna jump in. Somebody hit one of your kids, now you gotta kill somebody.
And I just don't have the capacity. I don't have the capacity to protect you in this moment. Like if I fight four niggas, I can't also keep my eye on you and see what's going on.
You can't, but if it was one person, like, I don't know, it's only so much a person could take. I don't know. That's a hard one right there.
I got a whole nother question now, goddammit.
Okay.
Because I'm dying there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And your kid go...
A lot of people
Wild
would
out
though,
too.
especially if it's exactly the way he described it. And her defending him, she's supposed to defend him.
Well, see, I don't agree with that.
You don't think she's supposed to defend him?
That's the nuance part, right? And even the way Herb told the story, I don't know if it's accurate.
What I was wrong on?
You said what you saw, but what we saw don't mean it's accurate.
Okay.
Right? So we seen it from a camera phone. We don't know what initiated the entirety of the event.
No clue on that.
We don't know that.
Right.
Right? And when we see it, we can only see the brother. We can't see the Hispanic dude. We don't even know, right? And the brother is loud and boisterous, and obviously the star of this cinema show, right? But the little Mexican motherfucker could be sitting there like, bitch ass nigga, he just ain't loud.
Yes.
You don't know what's happening there.
Yes.
You really don't know because you can't even see him.
I disagree.
Right? No, but you should know. And here's what I'm saying. Even when the little Mexican motherfucker got up, they squared up, and the brother said, you hit me first. That's not a nigga that wants to be aggressive. He wants a way out. If you hit me first, I'm defending me. He told that little Mexican motherfucker, hit me first.
Right, you trying to get me to hit you first.
And even when he beat him the fuck up, he didn't overdo it. He could have really hurt that motherfucker, and he stopped.
And he had strap from jump.
He had strap from jump.
Yeah,
he
that's
never pulled
different.
strap out.
Yeah.
He beat him up enough to make a statement, and he was kind of leaving him alone. While he holding him down, because after I done showed you who run shit, I ain't really got to do no more. While this is happening, his old lady runs up, stabs him in the back. Now, she done escalated it to pass the beat up, right? But back to male ego.
She escalated it?
He was still beating up your boyfriend. I'm saying she escalated it from that point.
She was the
wasn't
first-
gonna go get. He never intended to go get that.
She was the first person to introduce a deadly weapon, sure.
Right. He never intended. I got a gun on me and I'm finna fight you. Obviously, I know I'm finna beat your ass. It ain't that serious. I need to go get my gun. He didn't bring that shit out until after. Oh, bitch, I'm bleeding. Oh, okay. I'm gonna shoot the shit out of everybody.
That's sad. I didn't mean to laugh, but
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's what. But he already decided I could
The
fuck you
conundrum.
up without the gun.
Yeah.
Here's my thing,
Right.
though, too. Watching that video, you and I knew, everybody on that train knew, I imagine little Latino Buddy knew. Buddy will beat you the fuck up, which is why you didn't get the fuck out your seat for 2 minutes. Homie, he could have calmed down at any point. Like, if you weren't really trying to hurt him, you were trying to prove your point, bro, your point has been made. Everybody on this train believes you will beat the fuck out of him. Even when little Buddy got up, he's little. Buddy is big.
Okay.
Like, he ain't the biggest nigga I ever seen, but he's not a nigga that little nigga need to be fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Little niggas got big egos.
Yeah, but Buddy didn't though. He was sitting his ass down,
Again,
taking this.
This is all our perspective.
verbal
of what
assault.
we saw.
Right.
We don't really know until we know what jumped the entirety of nigga. I beat you up off.
So they haven't said yet.
We don't know what started.
Nah, 'cause people don't start recording until they get cracking.
No,
so
I'm
whatever
saying,
he
but
did,
the articles, the
Nah.
update, nobody has said what the
Not
conversation
until
has
I ain't saying nothing to
started over
say
yet.
how what was
The
the rest of
woman
it,
and
so.
the boyfriend and the
Genesis.
girlfriend should be able to report on that too.
So
That's one-sided now,
I
though.
don't think it's a right or wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a right or wrong.
Yeah.
What I do recognize that ego got the nigga at least hurt. You know what I mean? I don't know if he dead yet, but he could be dying. And this ego, I know that would be my decision.
Yeah, shot in the head.
Right? But I look at it, I look at certain things in a certain kind of light, right? We was talking earlier when we came in on making angry, right? I think women have intrinsic value, right? Y'all bring life to the planet. That is your value by the essence of what the design is. But
Yeah.
my value is to protect you. That's
Yes.
by the essence of what this design is.
Yes.
Right? And if I let a motherfucker berate me to a level where I feel like a coward or I'm being viewed as a coward, can you trust that I'm going to protect you? I don't know. But I would be awkward as fuck going back home with you after you done called me 8,000 bitches and I just said, okay. I would feel less bad. And I'm not going down feeling less bad. We going to die here today. And again, it depends on who the woman is too. Be clear. If you just, you know, you just a friend.
I would have told whatever man I was with, friend, brother, friend. If I was out with you all and somebody did that, I would
Yeah.
tell you, don't worry about that shit.
I feel
You
it,
know what I'm
but
saying?
that ain't our design.
I'd be trying to leave.
Yeah, I would too.
But that ain't our design. And that's the part I'm saying. So I'm not saying it's a right or wrong. I
No,
know
I agree.
ego get that motherfucker shot. I'm not
I
saying it
agree.
would be my ego that would get me in that situation. I'm not saying it's the right thing. Right? It's even like motherfuckers tell their kids when the police pull you over, do what they say. I don't necessarily say that. I don't necessarily say that because if you don't confront that bullshit, it never stops. They get away with it because everybody cowards. Right? Now the young niggas are shooting back. And I ain't saying I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
But they deal with you very differently because they don't know what's going to happen.
Yes.
I just don't view it as cowering. I don't view it that way, dog. And anybody who's known me and grew up with me, I jump, I'm wild, I'm like, it takes me a long time. I'm not easily moved by niggas, but if I am, I just leap. But now I just don't see
Again,
bro. I don't have shit to prove to you, bro. You yelling on this train. I think you a fucking psycho. That's what I think.
I'm not saying there's a right or wrong. You said if I was by myself, I'd have probably been more apt to
jump.
To jump.
Yeah.
I'd probably be different. I'd be less offended if I was by myself.
Really.
And
But
that's where
because
the
I'm with my
ego-
lady,
Yes.
the
that's
ego
where my ego
comes
gonna
in.
come
Yes.
from.
Oh.
Like, you done really lost your motherfucking mind.
Yeah.
Boy. I'll die behind
I
this
could see
one.
that.
Oh.
I wouldn't die behind
Me
by
too, that makes
myself.
sense.
I could see that. 'Cause
Yeah, but you're not dying
Not
behind
right or
her.
wrong.
You're
I ain't
dying
die behind either
behind.
of them. I'm prepared to die, which means I'm walking home.
Yeah, but about her opinion of you.
But it ain't just opinion of me. Again, like I said, back to how I view.
I ain't saying he walked over there and smacked her and you ain't do shit. I'm saying he just popping off with the mouth. You right, homie.
So what age should they look on the video?
So I think the black dude was 32 or
They were
34.
grown-
He was grown
grown
people. He like 32 or 34. They were around that, maybe a little less.
I mean, I'm in my 40s, so
Yeah.
my thought process of handling certain things at 32 is different than my thought process of handling something at 40-something years
Sure.
old. So that's why I'm asking the age
Yeah,
bracket.
I think the black dude. I think the report said he was 32 or 34. And they was somewhere around there.
I have seen people antagonize people though, and it just be like sometimes like we grew up like words don't mean nothing, but that shit.
That shit
That
stings.
shit, yeah, like so, and I tell people all the time too, like you don't know what day that person was having. You don't know if they got on the train and they was arguing and he accidentally bumped into them and he on some, hey, fuck that shit, come on, let's sit down, and then you like people mental is bad out here nowadays.
It's critical.
Yes.
Everybody, my sister, she does mental health and she tell all of us all the time, treat everybody like they crazy because
Right.
you don't know who crazy.
Right.
I don't know what you went through today. I don't know what you went through today. I don't know what you went through today. So people like
Everybody on edge.
that's the only thing. Like you can't just be walking. You can't walk up on me. Now that I'm like really think you can't walk up on me. Like, period. Like, I grew up in an era, we fought in our era. They told us, if a person gets to a certain space of you, knock their ass out.
Stand up.
Knock their ass out.
Fire.
Try to knock their ass out as much. You know what I'm saying? That's how the men of my family taught us.
Agreed.
So for a person to get in my space like that, I grew up in the muffin era. Only sometimes somebody walk up in my face, I'm muffing their ass up off me. Now I don't have to steal off you.
A muffin feels so good.
But
Muffin the motherfucker feels amazing.
A muffin so
it's disrespectful, but I ain't steal off you. But I'm a muffin. You know what I'm saying? That's your warning to give me some space. And I don't care about sides.
That's some girl shit though.
I don't care about sides.
I ain't
Like,
gonna go
because
on.
but as the old school era way, like, we fought. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? We didn't pull out guns and shoot people and kill people.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't think I could have nobody standing over me, antagonizing me like that. Not for a time frame.
The one thing I do push back on in that whole incident though, I don't never want my old lady to get involved. If I'm getting my ass whooped, I gotta own that. I gotta take that ass whooped.
We not gonna.
That's easier said than done. If it's somebody and you love somebody.
Yes.
I couldn't even say that if I'm with one of y'all and some stuff going down.
Right.
And
that would bother me so bad.
Yeah, and I get it. And probably, a rational thinking person, me right now thinking rationally, I'm like, no, I would just keep it moving. I would leave. I would just let you sit there and get beat up.
Right.
Yes.
When I'm done, make sure I'm cool type shit.
Right, but when you're in the moment,
that's tough to see somebody you care about getting beat the fuck up.
That's very hard.
That's hard.
And that's the point I was making about the personal story I told. I know how she would have responded.
Yeah.
Like, if them niggas would have jumped me, I know she would have jumped in. And I don't know these niggas. They might wild out on her.
Even if it's just trying to break it up.
So you gotta check your ego.
Yeah.
I have to.
You do.
You have to check your ego.
I have to.
Yeah.
By myself. Me and all four y'all can fight.
Because
and whatever happens, y'all can beat
them.
the fuck out of me, whatever. But you know not to talk to me like that.
Because I don't know them, but I know her.
Right.
So.
But because she's here, and I know that if you four niggas jump me, she gonna swing a bottle with you niggas. She gonna kick one of you niggas. She gonna jump on your shoulder and bite you.
That's hard. That's really, really hard, though. That's really, really hard.
Extremely difficult, especially a nigga from Southside Chicago. Like, niggas don't just pop up in my fucking face.
Yeah, I've crashed out, bro.
I mean, I remember being in a situation, I feel like I told this somewhere. I remember being in a situation, I never thought that I would react the way I was. It was kind of like out of body experience where I was pregnant, like 8 months pregnant on the block with my daughter's father. He's shooting dice and he getting into it with them over dice, but it wasn't even physical, but it was getting physical. And I'm just sitting right there, bottle right there. He like, girl, like, what are you doing? He had to make me go in the house. But it wasn't, what can I do pregnant, first of all? Mm-hmm. But it's a bunch of dudes out here. I'm scared and anxious already as it is. That's just the type of person that I am. So I'm like, okay, let me get ahead of this right now.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's just natural,
it's like a
human
your instinct.
Yes.
Let me add context,
Survival,
because I'm overthinking I was full out ignorant. Right?
I think you making sense what you're
put
saying.
my woman in the position where we would have some kind of incidents. I ain't gonna have my old lady on the block with me while I'm shooting
that was why
dice.
I shouldn't have been.
I know when you shoot dice and money involved, shit happens.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be out there with me.
Yeah.
Especially 8 months pregnant.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm on the train. I'm going home from work. I don't know that. I can't avoid that.
Right.
Yes.
That's unpredictable.
Yes.
So
Right.
now that I'm forced to be in this situation, the way my mind works. Okay.
Again, we
This
don't.
how God decided it.
Again, we don't know the genesis of this episode.
We don't know.
We don't
I don't know if he
know.
bumped into Buddy, stepped on his shoe.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what he did. Right?
But something happened.
Latino Buddy could have been
I
mad
have a hard
disrespectful.
time believing.
Something happened.
Because there was
overseas.
a dude, we cannot
Let him
minimize
know.
the level of consciousness the dude was moving with.
Yeah, he wasn't out of his mind.
Dude said, hit me first,
That's
because
what I
he's
was wondering.
looking at the perspective of if
Right,
this shit
man.
go to court or I get in trouble for this,
Right.
you attack me.
Right.
Dude punched the shit out of him a few times, and he legitimately stopped. He didn't even beat dude up bad. He might have hit the nigga like 2-3 times.
So the Hispanic guy did punch him.
I think so.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
he got a punch off. I ain't
And
going for it.
the black guy is the one that got shot in
Right,
in critical condition or.
But even that.
Because
like,
Hispanic dude
and I
got
told
up,
her
they
that
squared,
too.
circled around. Hispanic boy tried to walk back this way, but he caught him with a little sliding
So
left.
he didn't even hit him?
I don't think so.
But I told her this
Last
too, though.
girl jumped
Because the brother didn't really have no intention to shoot dude, that's why dude got his gun to. You shouldn't have bought that bitch out at all. You
That's the
never had
problem.
an intention of shooting dude.
And that's the problem.
You just wanted to beat him up to make a statement.
That is,
You got stabbed, now the shit escalated. But it didn't, you still didn't want to shoot the dude.
even after you got stabbed, all you said to her was, when we got
you
this
the fuck
train,
out.
I'm gonna knock you the fuck out because you stabbed me.
Right.
He didn't want to shoot her even
He didn't
then.
want to shoot nobody.
But that burn started burning, and pride started setting in.
A
He's
nigga that want to
mad.
shoot you and got a gun, he's going to shoot you.
He's mad.
I
He had a
agree.
gun from the
A
jump.
nigga that get angry and go get the gun, he still can shoot. You got a gun.
He had a gun from
You
the
ain't gotta
first
walk up on that
disrespect. Right.
nigga. You ain't taking my gun.
But that's your fault.
I can shoot you from
Because
where the fuck I'm at.
that's gun 101.
Yeah.
That's gun 101. The first
Yes,
time
that gun
anybody,
101.
the first time anybody ever put a gun in your hand, they said, "Don't up this unless you're gonna shoot somebody."
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Whoever put a gun in your hand first,
He
that was the
never had
first thing
no
they
intention
told
to
you.
shoot dude.
That's
but
true.
you
But
did,
it shouldn't have brought it
you
to
did
you.
this like you don't know how to. It's a tool. You don't know how the
And I
tool
ain't
works.
making no excuse for
I don't
the
gotta
nigga,
get with
man.
their
That's the universe.
arms length of you.
Yeah.
I can shoot a nigga that's as far away as where Ron at right
Yeah.
now. I don't gotta get close enough for him to snatch it from me.
I think in context to Relationship Friday, though, the only thing that really moved me was like, I don't fuck with that. And that's what the black dude who was beating dude up said. When the lady came by and stabbed him, he said, you don't involve yourself in
And
man,
man, he did say that.
I agree with that shit. Which is why I said, like, I don't want you jumping. If I gotta take an ass whooping, I gotta take an ass whooping. I chose to be here.
Yeah.
When you involve, because we move and think differently. I bet the Latino nigga who got hit 3 times knew it was over. You don't gotta stab this nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that part of it goes back to, we've had a conversation on here before about the ability to protect the person that you can't control, right? Or the inability to protect the person that you can't control, right? So if we together and it's my responsibility and I agree to protect you, but I also cannot control you, that vastly limits my ability to protect you.
Real shit.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're not gonna listen to what the fuck I say, I
Yeah.
can't really protect you in that instance. So if Buddy, even if Latino Buddy was like, hey, I'm tired of this nigga talking crazy. Sit down, stand in my fucking corner, and we're gonna have this boxing match. Whatever happened, don't get your ass up. I don't think Shorty would have went for it. Off the strip that Shorty had a poker on her and was willing to walk up to this big dude and
I
like,
saw that shit the second time. I didn't even know she stabbed him because she did this shit so smooth. She's a stabber professional.
she's a stabber.
she's a stabber professional.
Hey, they are legends in the hood
They
now.
are legendary.
They
stabbers.
legends in the hood now. Y'all done killed this black man or put him, whatever y'all made him a vegetable, whatever y'all did to him, y'all did it. Shorty rolled for her nigga. Dude snatched the pistol and shot him, and no charges. Everybody got away free. They in the hood drinking all the
That's
Modelo's
sad.
that there ought to be drink.
That's a sad situation, though.
Really
It's
is all
fucked up.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super duper fucked up, man. Hopefully, Buddy can pull through it and make
Yeah,
as much
I
of a
hope he
recovery
does.
as possible. You did tweak though, buddy. You did tweak. Whether you tweaked at the early stage of not being able to calm your emotions down, once it was clear to me that Buddy didn't want to fight you because it took him 2 minutes to stand up, or once you upstrapped and you weren't trying to shoot nobody, you made a couple of tweak moves, bro, and I wish you would not have. Wow shit.
Transitioning there real quick.
Yeah.
I want to ask why we got both of y'all here. Both of y'all are mothers, right? And I got a 15-year-old daughter. We was talking before the cameras came on about you all's first interaction with boys and how that played out in y'all households. My daughter is liking little boys.
Big Bang Bella. Happy birthday.
Right? So I don't like that shit. Right? So she got this little boy name. Well, I ain't gonna say his name. But the little boy was like, well, first
I ain't
of
gonna
all,
say his name.
it started with homecoming. She's like, Daddy, I want to go to homecoming. I said, all right, baby, cool. My dumb ass, I'm thinking she's going with the partners. You know what I mean? So she hit me with the pause like, can I go with my friend? The fact that she asked me, can I go with my friend, I knew it was some bullshit in the game, right?
That's a good start.
Well,
What's
the
the
bullshit in the
bullshit?
game.
Why I gotta be bullshit?
Because if it was just the friends I know, you ain't need to ask me that shit. I already know who you going with, right? So then she says who it is. I said, well, that's cool, baby. You go with him, but I got to meet the little nigga. You know what I mean? She's like, nah, that ain't happening. I said, well, obviously you don't want to go to homecoming. You can't go if I don't meet the nigga. It just is what it is.
Sure, I be having to meet anybody, whoever it is. Right.
This is the first go-round with She
Yeah.
never mentioned no boy to me. It's all brand new,
Yeah.
right? So she mad as shit for a week or two. But then
She didn't want you to meet him?
No.
Oh.
So she was not going to go to homecoming. I said, well, that's fine. We both going to be mad. Fuck it. I don't care.
All right.
But she changed her mind, ended up going to homecoming with her little partners. I'm sure the nigga was there, but I can't control that part of it.
Right.
But maybe a couple weeks after that, she was like, Dad, I want to go to the show with such and such. I said, I still got to meet the nigga. We ain't going nowhere. You know? So she took me to meet the little nigga, right? The little nigga's a young criminal. You know what I mean? But I like him. I ain't gonna lie. The nigga had locks down the head, had the chain on with the picture of somebody in the middle. He full out in it. You understand me? But he had a lot of respectable moves in himself, though, right? He shook my hand firmly, looked me in my eye.
Okay.
I threatened him a couple times. He responded to the threats the right way.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So I was like, all right, I fuck with the little criminal nigga. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at the criminals. I like criminals. But even still, I'm in this awkward space of my baby's turning into at least a teen, a real teenager, right?
Yes.
And I want to have certain conversations and certain dialogues, and I'm trying to, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying. But it's awkward.
It is.
Right? And I know she's like, nigga, I want to talk to you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nigga, I want to talk to you about that. But we got to have this conversation, right?
Okay.
So how did it happen for you? How do you all engage it with your children? Or have you all had it? Well, I know you've had to engage it with your children at some point. Your children are a little younger. Have you had to have that conversation?
How old is your oldest?
My daughter, I have one daughter. She's 16.
Oh, okay. So she's going through interaction stage.
Interaction stage.
Yeah, and not to tell, I don't like to tell too much of her business, but we did have a conversation. I think I was telling y'all about it, and I didn't think I had to worry about that conversation, at this moment for various reasons. But she flat out, said it to me just very matter of factly.
I fuck with that.
And I was like, okay, so now I know that we need to have this, further conversation. But I was just telling a story off the camera how when I was younger, because we talked about birth control and stuff like that, my father caught me with a hickey, pretty much, and he was like, he put me on birth control a week later because he felt that the only way I got that hickey was laying down. We was laying down. He wasn't wrong because he was
laying down.
Because he was laying down. He was definitely about to have. I was about to lose my virginity, and I didn't actually even lose my virginity to this guy or whatever. But me and my daddy, we didn't talk about it. Like we didn't talk about sex and stuff like that. But me and my mother did. But from what I remember, like my mother, she wasn't. And this is a good conversation because no one was talking about sex aside from don't get pregnant. Mm-hmm. No one talked about like the emotional toll that sex takes, puts on you and those sorts of things and like how to take care of yourself. At least for me, I didn't have those conversations. So now in my interactions, I want to have more of those type of conversations with my daughter. In many ways, as weird as it may be, it is awkward as hell, even being a woman and having a daughter. But and she talks to me, so she kind of forced the shit up on me anyway. She just be saying shit, and I'd be like, and then have to have those conversations. So I do want to go more in depth about the emotional side of things, and handle it. I tell her like, hey, fuck with everybody. You know what I mean? Don't lock yourself down, stuff like that. But I don't think we had real conversations outside of I'm putting your ass on birth control and my mama saying don't get pregnant because kids are expensive.
But don't you think we should have those conversations though?
Absolutely.
So like you talk about your daughter, we all love super smart, right? Me and her played phone tag the other day about a project she working on because she's just that kind of fucking dope. She got her own project she want to do. She think I can help her a little bit. So she hit me, we played phone tag for a minute, and we just started texting. And she like, so I'm like, all right, if you want to do that, then let's find out this, that, and the third. She was like, I'm gonna call you back when I got all this shit figured out. You know what I mean?
Right,
like she that kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a kid that's gonna speak that way, that's gonna like foresee shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, this is, I can see this coming. This is the conversation that we should probably be figuring out, as opposed to taking the ignorant way, like most of us learn. Like I'm talking about 95% of us learn, like we just trial and error through the shit. And that leads to some of the stuff we're gonna talk about on Patreon. Which one of y'all got burnt and not? No, I'm kidding.
But wait, because Two had asked the question. Oh, y'all, yeah.
Look, y'all,
Hold on, don't say a word. Don't say who has. Don't say who has, who many. That's a conversation we're gonna have on Patreon.
You moving too fast over there.
You move too fast.
Two asked the question. Yeah.
So my oldest is 26. It's crazy because they're growing up in a different era than us.
For sure.
So when my daughters, I always talk to my kids about sex. Like just generally, like birth control. If you feel like you need birth control, you want birth control.
Right.
I don't want you to be afraid to tell me, talk to me about it or whatever. I never wanted to know sex details. I'm not one of them moms. Though I do have a child that tells me way too much shit. But I always just kind of had open conversation with them about, I just kind of threw stuff out there to let them know that if they did need to talk to me, that they could come and talk to me about everything. Like it wouldn't be a judgment, you know, like whatever you need, you know, you could let me know. But what I had to touch on with them that we didn't have to touch on is I had to talk to my kids about boys being bisexual and how important it was to protect themselves with condoms.
Wild as hell.
How important it
Never
is
thought about that.
they have to protect themselves with condoms because they're growing up in an era that a lot of young boys are bisexual. And
Is it that? Because
oh yes,
I haven't seen the boys bisexual phenomenon.
It's a lot.
I've seen the girls bisexual and the boys
What high school your daughter go to?
homosexual.
Right.
What high school your daughter go
Jones.
to? My daughter go to my kids went to Kenwood.
I have a lot of I graduated from Kenwood and I have a lot of
It's
stuff
in
like that.
the urban
But the
community.
boys being bisexual.
In the urban-
bisexual?
Yes, like thugs.
Bisexual, not gay.
On
No,
phone, buddy,
no.
cute as hell.
No, thugs.
Just a clip. Take that clip.
It's so that's something that we didn't have. So like condoms was really big. Like I preached condoms and birth control, and birth control, because at the end of the day, when they start moving around, like we don't know what they doing and we can't control everything that they doing. So I just really tried to push.
Keisha, you got boys too?
No, I had
So
3
that's
girls.
why I think it's an interesting dynamic, right? My son, 18, he knocking them down out here, but he lied to me about it, but I've always been comfortable. Like, all right, look, motherfucker, this, right? But it's a very different thing with my daughter. But I think, and whether, you know, she got her mama too. I ain't shutting it down, know what kind of conversation
That's
they
what I was
having.
going to ask, yeah.
Right, she definitely got her mom, and I hope they're having a certain kind of conversation. But I specifically want to have a conversation from a male perspective to a little girl.
You should.
Yeah, you should.
Right?
You
I think
should.
that's the important part of the dynamic of me having a dialogue. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what her mama's doing or not doing. I would assume they kind of having that dialogue, but it's only from a female perspective.
I like-
You can't tell me.
My
how the little
ex-husband
boy's
used to
gonna
have
move.
conversations with our girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that it makes it more hard. I don't know if it makes it more hard, but the conversation me and my son had is very different. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Because you are like raving. The guys, y'all raving with the boys.
No, it wasn't like that either.
So you want to like knock them all down.
Hell no.
What you tell them?
Listen, motherfucker, they crazy.
So, and
You made us the women crazy.
I told the truth.
Okay.
give it to them. Now, you know what? You ain't lying now. The boys do need to know that part, and the girls need to know it too. So that's what I meant by, you know, talking about
Emotional part. The emotional
of it,
part.
because
Yes.
Dialogue with him, man. It
matters.
wasn't just.
Because, Chad, I
Knock
thought
them
it was the end of the world. You know, my first boyfriend, the first
Right.
guy I was with for all those years, went through so much stuff, thinking that was the it all be all. And I was actually telling my daughter this the other day, actually. I was like, but we were talking about friendships. And I'm like, couldn't care. I could have probably ended my life over that boy. You know what I mean? At some point.
Oh,
If I had to
them
go.
first. Them
Yes.
first
Now you
ones.
hear that kind of shit.
Yes.
If he called me right now today, child.
Right. Couldn't
Like-
care less.
You know what I mean? So it's like it'll pass. What?
You would answer if he called you right now?
That's what
You
I
answer the
gonna
phone.
do.
Don't get offended here.
You wouldn't be
No,
moved. You
no,
wouldn't
no,
be
no.
moved to unaliving yourself.
No, I mean, you know, God bless him, but
Oh, we'll wait to Patreon.
right, God bless him, but no.
That's cool though. I respect
good.
that
You
you as a
should.
father, because I feel like most men, like, you know, you all encourage your
Real.
sons.
Like, you handsome, you hoop, you got a life ahead of you, you come from a good family.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you a ticket.
Yes.
On some
he is.
funny shit though, I saw something. I forget who it was, but they were talking about stop. Damn, I wish I remember who it was. They were saying, stop telling your kids, you know, the boys specifically that watch porn, like don't make them think that they doing everything so good because they watching porn and they fucking like porn stars and they don't know what the hell they doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like stop, making them out to believe that they so great at everything, because then they gonna carry through, life, and then even like in sex and stuff like that. So, like you said, you have a daughter that tells you like way too much stuff about sex. There was a point in time, maybe in my 20s, where me and my sister started getting way more comfortable with my mother and making jokes and stuff about sex and talking about it openly. Have y'all had that experiences with your parents or?
Hell no.
No.
Or even with your parents? No?
No.
I think my dad, dad figured I was a virgin. I had kids I told about the virgin.
Your daddy too?
I don't know how they got here. A science experiment.
Your daddy too?
Test tube, baby.
Hey, we ain't having that dialogue.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
You had dialogue in front of your mom?
Yeah, but my mom is she's a different type of lady, first of all. But yes, now these days we crack jokes all the time. But it's funny, even when I'm talking to my daddy, I'll be talking to him about stories. Me and him real close. I'll talk to him about my dating, who I'm dating or what's happening, get advice from him. And I have to, I might have to
temper the story a little bit.
Yeah, I have to temper the story, and he does it to me too. He'll tell me stories. And he'll have to do the same thing. So
edit it a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not really weird anymore.
I tried to watch Boys in the
weird.
Hood the other day on like network television, and they curse so much in the movie, but oh my God, it was, I can't remember the word she used, but like when Trey was a shorty, he first went over to the Doughboy crib and their mama came out. It's like, oh, you furious, son? But she came to the door, she was like, who is? What she said in the movie was like, who is this nigga on my porch? But on the thing, it was like, who is this? I can't remember the word. It was so crazy.
Nice child.
It was so crazy.
It was nice child.
It was so crazy. I was like, hell no.
Have y'all heard of or seen the cartoon Big Mouth on Netflix?
No.
I've seen the thing it's a dude with the long face, right?
Yeah.
I ain't never watched the show. I've seen the screen, the whatever you would call it.
So it's an adult cartoon, but it's about puberty. So through this show, it's a series. It's like with whatever, it doesn't matter. I can't think of any of the people names. A lot of Saturday Night Live people. And Kiki Palmer's on it, like all type of stuff. So it's basically going through the trajectory of like puberty. So it's told from the standpoint of the students from like 6th grade through high school over the course of X amount of seasons. But they talking about, periods. They talking about bisexual little boys, lesbian girls, bisexual girls. It's a Jewish couple on there, and the father and the mother is very open with their sexuality. So they talking about cunnilingus and fellatio with their kids.
Wow.
And they come in and it's cum spraying all over the place.
Oh, wow.
The mama turned to a lesbian.
That's aggressive.
It's very, very crazy, right? So all the kids are watching it though. Maybe ask your kids if they heard of it. Ask your
We
kids.
ain't get that version of Netflix.
It's funny. Ron said it's funny.
It's funny, and my daughter said that all the kids at her school were watching it. So she was like, can I watch Big Mouth? And I was like, no. And I was like, okay, you can watch an episode. Because I had watched it. I watch all adult cartoons. So I was like, you can watch an episode with me. And then we both started watching the first episode. It was way too awkward. We was like, okay, no, both of us. She's like, never mind, I don't even want to watch it. I'm like, yeah, this is because it's that, like,
so I don't do that
outlandish.
Shit. Like, wild shit come on TV, we like TV, it's on TV. I don't live like that. Now, my old lady, don't turn it off. Y'all can't, man, they can watch this shit, this the world they live in. I don't lie or hide.
Yeah.
This is the real thing. Now, if you want to have a dialogue about that, I think it make it easier for me.
I think it do too. I think it does too.
Yeah, I ain't telling them to turn
I think it does too.
So as a boy who grew up, with a single mother.
Quick question. Even before you go, I was wanting to ask you that because of that perspective. Your mama had conversation with you about sex?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Not for real. Not in depth. Just like, don't y'all be fucking these little girls type shit. Like,
because what's the in-depth conversation? Like, what's the in-depth conversation though?
She just bought a bowl of rubbers
trial and error
and left them.
Like what do you say to your kids? What's a real conversation?
So
something.
If you have sex, because I was a lame. Like, I thought that nobody ever talked to me about sex. Like, nobody. Like, I didn't even know it was nut. Like, I thought that when a person peed in you is how you got pregnant.
That's
like, I had no...
Y'all needed cinnamon.
You still like golden showers or no? Patreon.
But I'm just saying, like, so, I mean, how in-depth do you talk to your kids about sex?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? Because we all have kids. Like, I'm not talking about sexual positions. I'm just talking to them about the safety part.
I don't want to talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? You just say the safety. That's why I feel like the safety part is...
Right, safety. But
Yes.
I also think you talk about what you said, the emotional attachments that come with that shit.
Yes.
And other than that, that's your business.
I think, me too. Do you think the same?
Yeah, I think the emotional component of safety is the furthest.
I defer, as always, on the parental conversations to the parents. I'm not a parent. As someone who is not a parent, I think I would like to have it in a more in-depth way.
So if I had a son and I was like, talk to him about it. What
I talk to your son, no problem. I got godsons, I got nephews,
what was
I
your
got
conversation?
nieces, I got goddaughters. Like, but if they ready to have that conversation, right, then I would want to have it with them till exhaustion, like in its fullest context of what all this means, the emotional part, the safety part, the physical part, like all of this, what this means, how to interact, how to introduce these types of things, like what it means if she's like, nah, like don't push, bro. Like,
I just had a
Are you giving advice on like?
Hey, you wanted a teabag, this is what you do.
that's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. Hey man, no, but I'm not, but not necessarily opposed to like. I want you to be good at it. You my motherfucking kid, or you my motherfucking godson. Like,
God.
I do want you to be good, bro.
That shit is in your DNA. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if
Yeah.
your mama a freak, you a freak. A lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
See, that's your son.
I think that shit just natural. I don't think you can tell a person how to do certain things. I think it's just certain things that you just naturally
like,
how to do.
If my son was like, hey, Pops, I want to play football, I'm going to tell you how to throw that motherfucker, how to tackle a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how to block.
That don't
catch.
mean you gonna get it.
Sure. but true. No, that's 100% true.
That's why if you naturally get it.
As a nigga who loves football, I know that before this nigga ever told me what to play. Shorty, this ain't true, G. You can't do this.
But,
like, you know what I mean? Like, I still teach you, but I'm like, my boy he ain't like that on the football field. I would think I would know the same thing about her. Fuck, like, bro, this.
No, you would not know that.
Well, you ain't nice like that, G. Y'all would know.
No, you wouldn't.
I know the shorties in my life. I know.
I love that perspective from you though.
He getting busy and buddy, no.
I love that. I've even had Herb talk to my son about sex.
Okay.
Now he lied to Herb and me at the time. I said, man, you talking, and I had about probably 8 niggas that I had. Cause
Here's the thing though.
One thing, and I want everybody else to tell them, you know.
Yeah, I have that in.
I knew he was lying though.
Yeah,
I knew he was lying because he gonna talk to me different than he gonna talk to his daddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a different. He ain't scared of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
He don't think I ain't gonna. I can't put you on punishment and no shit. You ain't scared of me in that way. So when I say you ain't fucking, nah. Where it's like, no, daddy. You know what I mean? Like he ain't gonna do me like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that nigga fucking, bro. Like, you know
But to the point of Herb, real quick, I'm sorry. To the point of what Herb said, I never had none of them conversations with my mother and my father, but my uncles is like, look, nigga.
Right.
They show me pictures.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I did to.
Oh my goodness.
But that's what I was about to say because it's messed up. I think about when I was when I first started having sex in high school. I learned everything from my friends. We learned from each other. We didn't know what the fuck we was doing, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't have aunties, or I guess I didn't feel. I had big sisters, but I guess I didn't feel. I wasn't really talking.
Like that.
I was talking to maybe my sister about it and stuff. But the beauty of now is, like my daughter the other day, she told me in the car, she was like, something. Did I ever tell you about my first kiss? I didn't tell you about my first kiss, did I? And I was like, and she was like, am I supposed to tell you? No, I guess I don't have to tell you about that. Tell myself, it was Leon, and I was like, okay. It was Leon or whatever like that. Da 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 da. So, but if she wants to start to go more in depth about sex, I don't think I want to be the one to be talking to you about that. But I have several friends, your Auntie Freaky Nail over there. Go call Auntie Freaky Nail. Go call Auntie Stephanie.
Absolutely.
Talk to them. and I trust them.
That's about having a
Enough.
village, though.
They freaky nail.
We call her Freaky Nail, yeah.
I was with
Why
an
you never
older
brought her to the
person
school?
though.
Freaky nail.
She live in,
What's the
She
person
know.
you were with when you lost your virginity? Were they in your age bracket or were they older?
They were my age. A couple years older.
Yeah, they was probably older.
Older,
She was in my class. We the same age.
and mine was older. So it's just like you learn a little, you learn shit a little bit
I found
different.
out that nigga ain't really know what he was doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I got with the
saying.
second person.
You deal with
I didn't
somebody.
know what I was doing till way later. I lost my virginity. I was 13. I wouldn't tell nobody I knew how to fuck till I was like 30. You know what I mean? Like, I was just doing it. You know what I mean? I thought I was good at it. You couldn't tell me when I was 20 that I wasn't nailing shit to the cross, but
That's
I
another
wasn't
good one.
really.
When do you think you got good at it?
I just,
I think that shit came natural.
so like, hey,
Eighth grade,
it
you
was
got
just
good at it?
natural.
Cap. Now, hear what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go back and talk to those girls that I was fucking at 16, 18, 19, 20. They be like, he was bad. They would be like, yeah.
Absolutely.
They all wanted to get married type shit.
Right.
Cool. But as a person, as a grown man who now knows how to fuck, I know that I didn't know how to fuck then.
Right.
You know, I didn't have no idea. Like, I didn't study the woman's anatomy. I didn't know G-spots. I was just in that bitch. I didn't mean the person as a bitch. I mean, I was just in the box. Like, I was just in there. Like, you know what I mean?
You know the G spot now.
Yes, I know exactly where it's at.
But you just said, homie, you said by the time two, you was like, oh no, he ain't shit.
It wasn't that. Yeah. He just. Yeah.
Yeah, so I stabbed him that 8th grade.
It was 7th grade for me, and it was about
7th grade.
23 seconds of absolute.
You got 23? I don't even think I made 23.
I might be capping.
Yeah, I might have made.
I know you capping.
I remember when I got
23
good.
seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, there might be 23 seconds. I'm like,
23 seconds.
well, you ain't say minutes, you
So
said
that one
seconds.
minute. No.
I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
That was
9.
definitely-
Depending on how fast you count,
It was definitely
I think
measured
you
in
might have been
seconds.
out.
Definitely
It
second.
was definitely measured in seconds.
Definitely seconds.
Even if it was 59, it was not 60 seconds.
It was definitely
Okay.
second, for sure.
It was seconds, no doubt. And the only reason I didn't have a fucking baby at 13, 14 was because I thought my penis was about to explode. I had never experienced an ejaculation before.
So you were like me. Why you talking about when I said the urine, I didn't know it was nut.
I didn't think I was supposed to pee.
You
in her.
thought you was
I
gonna
didn't think
Go to
explode.
shower.
You
I
thought
didn't-
you was gonna explode.
I did think I was going to explode though.
That's the same. You was just as lame as me.
You're right. I was ignorant as fuck. You're right. I was ignorant as hell. I thought I was going to explode. So because I thought I was about to explode, and I didn't know, I just moved. I just backed up. And as soon as I backed up, I was like, oh shit. I was in that shock for like a minute. But then I'm like, let's do that again type shit. Like,
The equivalent of that with a girl, we used to call it like, you know, the feeling it feels like it's a balloon blowing up, but then you don't want the balloon to pop because you don't know what's gonna happen. And then when you get older, you realize like,
Pop that goddamn balloon.
please pop the balloon. This nigga cannot pop my balloon.
God damn it. Stop blowing up the balloon.
that's how we used to.
You ain't gonna pop it,
life.
don't blow it up.
But even conversations like that, if I was to be
That's
having
hilarious.
that conversation with my mother, with
No.
an adult, I would have
That's where
started
them cousins
feeling
and
pleasure
stuff
better.
coming in. Them
It was
cousins.
trial and error for me. I grew up in a house with 5 boys, and I was the youngest. So I learned from everybody else. Them niggas had knocked down half the city. When it was my turn and my next oldest brother, it was our turn. Now let's knock down half the city. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but only based off what the fuck we had taught each other. Like, not no real understanding of the shit.
I remember, man, my friends, we was like, it must have been one guy going around telling all the guys to do this one move, like that was actually painful for women, but every girl,
What was
like,
the
when we
move?
talked about it, I don't know, like the legs together or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was like one painful move that everybody, all the girls was like, why do everybody do that and that hurts and da,
The leg
da,
up, the leg up move was a good move.
The
I don't know
leg up
about
move.
together per se.
No,
but
it was
yeah,
together,
it's
the together legs up move or whatever.
Yeah,
like
you don't know that then,
Leg up
but
So we
We
just
got
learning
names for the
from
moves?
each other.
Lego move?
leg up move. I didn't
Oh,
say
I'm
leg
like,
up move.
Lego move.
No, we just making stuff.
Lego
up.
move.
Okay,
was
He
hilarious.
made
Okay.
up one wheelbarrow.
That's not making
Oh, that's real. That's a real. That's
I
a real
never
move.
called it a wheelbarrow.
I imagine I know what that
But
is.
you know what the real brother is. You can see that. You know what I mean? Y'all silly, man. We got to wrap up this Relationship Friday show. Anything else before y'all get out of here? We are about to do the Patreon conversation, which will be a little bit more
Yeah, we can talk more
liberal
openly.
in our conversation. But anything else y'all want to put a bow on the conversation that we have had before we wrap up this one?
Now, I just would like to know, like, what kind of, or just think about what type of conversations we should be having with our, I mean, we just talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Safety and the emotional part of it. So I think maybe we should just all make sure we're including it in our sex talks with our kids, both male and female. Because that is true. The boys have to be careful because you do it too good, the girls act crazy.
Can't give everybody a dick is what I say.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
it's
teach
just,
that.
it's just young shit. It's just how it works.
Sometimes you gotta get
And right on the other side, the women.
Said you gave him what? How much percent?
You can't give everybody grade A.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta give one for a grade B. And you don't want to go too much lower than like a C plus because you still got a reputation. You know what I'm saying? You want your name bad in the streets out here.
I keep telling you, C students run the world. You keep fucking it up.
Yeah, but you talking about from the women's
I'm
side.
talking about across the board.
No,
He
I'm
said
telling
C
you.
students.
no.
You an A student, you lay down with me, immediately I'd be like,
Yeah, that's how you feel. Me, if it's our first time and you get an A, I'm like, let's have class again. Fuck it. She's amazing.
C students run the
I
world.
got a question about that too, but we can save that for the conversation after this. Yeah.
All right, we're going to slide, man. Either way, y'all make sure y'all having conversations with y'all young people about the things that you know they are going to experience. Why are you withholding that
Boys
from
and the
them?
girls.
Yes.
I've said this a million times on the camera. I just said it before the cameras came on. Humans are the only species on the planet that intentionally delay the development of our offspring. Every other species on this planet, the moment they have their offspring, they immediately begin to prepare them for the environment that they've inherited. We put arbitrary numbers on everything. Oh, you can drive when you're 16. My mom teaches you how to drive as soon as I think you can fucking drive. Okay? You get a license at 16. But you need to know how to drive before I give you a motherfucking car. We put arbitrary numbers on sex. Arbitrary numbers on every single thing. It's like, man, I'm trying to prepare you for this world I know you're about to enter. I'm going to do that as quickly as I possibly can. When I think you're ready for it. I ain't saying have a conversation. You know your people, though. You know your kids. You know what they are ready to handle, what they're ready to discuss, and what they aren't. When you think they're ready to have these conversations with them. And don't be no hoe about it. It's a conversation that needs to be had. You know you needed it. Whether you got it or not, you know you needed it. They need it too. So don't be afraid to have it. Men, in situations of conflict, like we talked about in the early situation with the New York subway, check your motherfucking ego, check your motherfucking pride. Women, carefully evaluate when you should or should not engage in some men shit. Shit can go left real fast. A train ride home could result in a motherfucker dead on a plane, on a train for no fucking reason. For ego, pride, and unnecessary insertion. Everybody be cool, man. We appreciate y'all. Keisha, thanks for following through, man. I appreciate you
Problem.
coming
Thank
through.
you.
Eve, always. 2, for Ron, for P. I'm Herb. Y'all be good to
Right.
each other. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.